Welcome back, team. What exactly the purpose of the Kubernetes CronJobs or jobs? What is the purpose? How Kubernetes is really helping us in the CronJobs and jobs team? Okay. Let me give few examples for you. For example, team, I have one source database. Let me consider. Okay, I have one source database. Or maybe you can consider source database as a HANA database, which is SAP HANA. I'm just considering. Okay. And your destination database, which is in Azure, for example, which is a PostgreSQL, okay, which is Postgres in Azure, okay. Now, you need data from source HANA to your Postgres Azure. You need the data, and you need this data every day in particular slot. Always, this particular source HANA will be filled up with the latest information. At that information, you need to pull to your Postgres DB and you need to store here, so that from the Postgres DB to user, whoever a user is there, for example, let's consider a user, okay, and this guy is the user, this guy is the user, and you can consider Kubernetes is your deployment model, okay. Azure Kubernetes, okay, I'm just giving Azure Kubernetes is your deployment model. For example, here is the deployment, and you just come here, and here is the user team. The user is connecting to the Kubernetes, and the Kubernetes, whatever the application you have in the Kubernetes, he can connect to the Kubernetes, okay, and the Kubernetes is accessing the information, whatever the application you are sitting. For example, whatever the information you just placed inside this particular database, it will pull and it will show to the user. Okay, that is what actually end-to-end is happening. Let's consider this example, team. Okay, this is the one of the thing which you can consider also. Okay, so the specially whatever the connections I just placed, that's awesome. Now the point here is, this guy end user wants to see the latest information, whatever the, for example, let's consider the sales. So every day the sales corresponding to the sales, the HANA database is getting updated. And whatever the information they are placing inside the HANA database, we want to pull that information to a Postgres, because to see that, to show to the public, especially, yes, this is the data exactly today, and this is your information. It's a completely a client user face. The client, this particular right side one is a client user face team, whatever I'm just highlighting, okay, where client can see what exactly the things happen, okay, otherwise admin can see what exactly the things can happen, okay. But to pull the data from this database to this database, so always you need to use some sort of technique. Usually in real time, people will use ETLs. ETLs as the one of the best suitable word here. So that's the ETLs exactly they will use. Okay, extraction, transformation, loading, and they can use some scriptings also, maybe some bash script also, but that bash scripting may not be very effective actually, because when you're playing with the databases, if you consider Python, the Python has a inbuilt function called pandas. The pandas really will help you to pull information and pandas really help you to just connect with your database. Your database operations are very smooth with the pandas. So that is why always ETL Python is the best approach. Okay. Now the question is, where we need to deploy, let's remove the bash, okay, I'm not discussing anything about the bash, but where we need to deploy ETL Python, so that it will go there, it will connect the database, it will query, it will transform, it will load to this particular destination database, it will extract, it will transform, it will load to the destination database. Where you need to deploy this particular ETL Python needs to be deployed as a cron job. Okay, this one needs to be deployed as a cron job into your Kubernetes cluster. If you do this activity, team, what will happen? Now Kubernetes has two jobs now, two activities, not jobs, two activities. Activity number one, to run the Python job, whatever the Python ETL which you created. For example, every day at 12 AM you need to run this one. Okay, so you will set up your cron schedule accordingly. Cron, we'll call that as a cron schedule. There's a Linux, in the Linux world, This cron is coming from the Linux world only. Usually if you go for the Ubuntu, by default there is a cron tab will be available in the Ubuntu Linux distribution systems. Okay. From there only this being referred. Now in Kubernetes also they are using the same technique. The cron schedule, you set that particular thing as 12 AM. You know what will happen? So for the 12 AM exactly, a job will be launched, team. Okay, a job will be launched. Okay, will be launched into a case. Once job got launched into a case, you know what will happen, team? You know, the job will create a pod. It will create a pod, team. Okay, the pod will run. That is what nothing but a job. Okay, pod will run, and it will perform. Pod will perform whatever the activities you just mentioned: extract, transmission, and loading. Okay, these particular activities. The extract, transmission, loading is the Python script. Okay, don't worry on that. Okay, that is not your job to understand. At the moment, what you should understand here is, okay, so this is what the sequence exactly the things will go. This is one use case only, team. I'm just giving one use case. You can consider another use case also. I'll give one more use case. This is one use case. Another use case, for example, always whatever the applications you are running in the Kubernetes, most probably you will try to keep your data outside of the Kubernetes, right? That is what usually you will prefer always. Now once you consider the same scenario, team. Just a moment. I connect the charger. Okay. Once you consider the same scenario, for example, scenario number 2. Okay. I'm just considering another scenario, team. So I'm just considering the same thing, but there is no databases this time. I'll just move this one to a different case. Okay. Another model is, for example, let's not talk about this data transformations and all. No need. I'm going to talk about backup. Okay, talking about the backup, for example. Okay, for example, what exactly the backup part you are talking about? For example, team. For example, what are the applications are there in the Kubernetes cluster? The Kubernetes clusters are mounted to the external volumes, right? For example, you can consider those things as a disk, right? So for example, I'm just considering them. Okay, disk. Okay, let's consider a disk. Okay, what are the disk you have? We have proved the scenario, I think, with the files. Okay, I showed an example with the files. So point here is, I give the homework for the disk. You just try for the disk team. Okay. Now, whatever the application you are running inside the Kubernetes cluster, your application is writing data to the disk. Okay. In case of the cluster failure, your data is safe because you are mounting to the external volume. That's awesome. Okay. Let's consider a scenario. This is sitting in the zone 1. Okay. I'm just considering it. This is sitting in the zone 1. Okay. In case all of a sudden, zone 1 started failing. Okay. For example, there is some issue, some coolers issue, or some network issue happened, a power issue happened in the zone 1 area. So this disk will not work. If you really enable zone redundancy on the disk, you are safe. Your application is safe actually. If you don't enable the zone redundancy, obviously this disk will not work. Then what you need to do? So to maintain the 100% availability or the best availability for your business critical applications, this is not the suitable scenario for you. So always you should maintain a ZRS. ZRS means either zone redundancy or GRS. So some sort of solutions you need to prefer always. That's okay. But still your client is not very happy to pay such an amount for the ZRS and the GRS solutions. Okay. Then what should we do? Then you still have a technique to use, a CronJobs again. What exactly the technique we are using here is, team? Whatever the disk, that particular thing is being copied, time to time, you will take a snapshot of the disk. You will take a snapshot. Now I'm just taking snapshot. Okay, I'm just considering it. This is a snapshot. Time to time, whatever the job you are deploying over there, that one will bring, I'm just keeping here, okay. The ETL, it can be in a shell script. This cannot be a Python one. I'm just telling this is a shell script. That shell script, whatever the shell script you prepared, that one will run. You'll keep this shell script inside the cron. Inside the cron job. The cron job will run every day 12 o'clock. Or no need to 12. You can take your snapshot every 1 hour. That is also fine. So time to time, again cron will create a job will create a pod, the pod will take a backup. Backup of this particular thing is nothing but a snapshot. So every 1 hour, you are taking a backup of your disk. In this way, you can maintain your own backup process. If all of a sudden something happens for this zone, but what are the snapshots you have with you? Usually you will keep snapshots in another zone only. You can still make use of this snapshot. You can create a disk and you can attach the disk to the application. That's all your problem solved. If your client is not willing to pay such an amount. So I just gave an example for the backup team. I gave 2 examples, real-time use cases. One is extraction transformation loading. Another one is some backup. And another case you can consider as a reportings also. Some reporting. If you want to generate some reports time to time. See, basically the common thing, whatever the scenarios I'm bringing up here is, on timely basis, you are running some task. You are executing some task. To do that, you are taking the help of Azure Kubernetes CronJobs. Simple. As simple as such. If you want to do a task on a scheduled basis, and every day or once per a week or once per a month, that doesn't matter. But you want to execute something like that, the Azure Kubernetes CronJobs are the best use case which you can use instead of going for Linux distributions cron tab, because that depends on the VM. But this is completely on the Kubernetes, and since your application is already there inside, then obviously you will feel more comfortable, right? Yes, because you are maintaining a very good high availability like your application. So that is exactly the thing which we should understand now. Okay, let me bring up an example for you. Okay, right, let's go back to our Devops portal team. Okay, I have one use case, a simple example. Okay, I have a simple example, one simple example. I am just going for one of the repository here. Okay, simple thing I will explain here. How exactly this works I will tell. Okay, firstly team, I have a Docker file. Common thing to have a Kubernetes project. What exactly to just make the Dockerized project to the Kubernetes, you should have commonly Docker file and an YAML file, manifest file. Those are the common things, right? And this is your code, the Python code, simple Python code. Okay, this is a simple example, team, very simple example. I just want to brief you first how CronJob works. Later, I will show you one ETL extraction transformation loading example or some sort monitoring example. Okay, I have some real-time examples. I will demo that one during our Python discussion. Okay, not right now. But for now, you can just think about this case only. Okay, just understand the CronJobs. So once everything is good, team. So now what exactly I'm just going to do here. So whatever the Docker file you have, I think this is fine. You know how to set up a build pipeline. Let's go to the build pipeline first. Let's go there and just set up quickly, team. Okay, just go to the build pipeline and just creating a pipeline. I'm just going there to the classic editor. Same process, whatever we just accomplished, same thing I'm doing one more time. Just go there, take an empty job. I'm just going there here, that particular thing, AKS cron. Okay, CronJob. I'm just creating one particular build pipeline, AKS CronJob team. Okay, all right. So once already exists in the project, they're talking about, okay, fine. Okay, I'm just giving CronJob 1. Okay, so otherwise it's CronJob 1.0. Alright, so once this is done, team, now what exactly I'm just going to do? Scrum process is very simple, but this time you don't need to have any Maven build on all, because this is not a Spring Boot project. This is simply a Python script. Okay, now you just need to have some Docker build. Okay, that's exactly the thing you require. I'm just taking the Docker build, just go for the Docker build, just go for this particular registry. You have a registry with you, just take that one. And I'm just going particular thing here, the Python, just Python slash, I'm just giving some, it's not an ETL, just you can use simple Python also, that is also fine. Okay, I'm just giving Python job. Okay, Python slash job. Okay, something like that. Alright, the build and push, these are all the common things only. Just go for the 3 dot symbol and just go there and select the Docker file. Click on this one. That's awesome. That's all you need to do. Save it, save it. And the next one is copy artifacts. Okay, copy files. Copy files. Just go for the copy files team. Just go for the copy file. Same thing just before we did, right? Just follow the same team. No changes. Okay. I'm just copying the as it is team. I'm not changing anything. I'm just going for the target file as an artifact staging directory. Copy this one, just paste over there. Save it, save it, save it. So once this is also done, then I'm just going for one more. Now what is the next one? Publish build artifact, right? So build artifact, publish build artifact. Just go there. There is a this particular publish build artifact. Just go there, and that's all. Just keep this one as it is and save it. And save it. And just change your particularly agent. That's the safest one which you can make it because the Docker one, right? You have an agent ready. So I'm just going there and just saying project agent -VM. And just go for this particular thing and just open this particular thing also. Project VM. Okay. Just come here, save it, queue, and just queue it. Okay. Alright. That's all. So what exactly we are doing? We are simply building a Python Docker file. That's all we are doing. But nothing is there inside. It's a simple example. Let me go to the Docker file. So this is what exactly it is doing. It is just taking the Python base image. It is creating a work directory. You are copying entire code from this particular app directory, and you are just executing Python example-cron.py. So he's executing this particular script. What is there in the script? They're just printing starting at the datetime.now, and another one is datetime.now after 3 seconds. They are just giving some weight and they are printing some other information. This is a basic example I'm just giving. This is not your real-time use case. Okay, this is a basic example. How CronJob will work is the one exactly you can see. Okay, now once your thing is done, team, I'm just going for the CronML. This is what exactly the CronJob exactly you are seeing at the moment. If you see the CronJob team, okay, you are trying to deploy the CronJob. This is what the kind is CronJob, and you can see the name, that's the metadata, and namespace ingress-basic is the which is we have already, which we are deploying to the namespace. And the coming to the job template, we are just giving the metadata name for the template name. And if you go to the container, it is just referring some container called cron example. This is wrong actually. You are pushing your image to Docker Azure Container Registry, but this is wrong. We'll fix this one. And remaining things are same. I don't see any issue. And you are giving a schedule. This is important. See, that's what exactly I mentioned. When you come to the CronJob, you need to provide some schedule. And this is the meaning for this one is every 1 minute it will work. If you don't know how exactly this particular cron schedule works, you can go to the cron tab guru. I believe some site will be there. Yeah, cron tab guru. Here you can clearly tell. It will tell you what are the values you are giving. For example, at the moment, this is what your scenario, right? Just copy this scenario and just go back. I believe whatever the things are there, just replace that one here. See, at every 1 minute your job will run. That is what exactly they are telling. You can refer this particular site. This is the common thing people will refer. You can go there and you can understand also what exactly this is minutes, and second one is hours, third one is day, month, and day, week. Okay. Alright. So now the problem is, I think once your build pipeline is smooth, let's go for the build pipeline first. Okay. Yeah, your build pipeline is okay already. So everything is done. Now only the change what you need to do I will tell now. You go to the portal team, normal portal.azure.com. So because you need to get that particular cron, whatever you just pushed, okay, whatever you just pushed, you pushed an image, right? You need to bring that one back, okay, because we require that. So once you are here, team, now you just go back to the container registry. There you can go for the container registry, no? Yeah, container registry. If you go for the container registry, team, this is what the container I'm talking about. Okay, just come here, priority is at 23, okay. So once you are here, team, so here is the one, just go for the repositories team, okay, repositories. Another repository you can see the Python job. This is the one exactly I'm talking about. Click on the 517. This particular name you should maintain, okay. And also, by the way, once you are here, AKS release pipeline, go to the repositories. Since you are changing the code, see, remember one thing. Whenever you are changing the code, always you need to modify. Always you need to modify. Correct one only, right? Yeah, always you need to modify your. Always you need to build it again. See, okay, if you change the code, always you need to build it again. The problem is this one. Okay, I'm just filling this gap. Okay, I'm just click on edit. I'm just pasting over there, and the build number I'm not hard coding. I'm just giving some. What is this one? Just a moment. I'm just giving some build number here, team. Okay, I'm just giving build hyphen number. Okay, or something like that. I believe this is exactly the notation I think I can follow. Or let me double check team. I think because just before we attempted the same thing on the middleware also. So that's why, yeah, I think so, same. Okay. The cron YAML, I think I'm just giving the same cron YAML, I'm just committing team. The moment when you commit, I think you can double check it's not CA enabled. Maybe you can go to the pipeline, maybe you can enable the CI. Just come to the edit section, then go for the triggers, and you just enable the CI continuous integration main branch. That's awesome. Save, and just queue it. Sorry, you can directly click on save and queue also. Just queue it now. Alright, so this is CA enabled. Now let me go to the release pipeline, and then we will set up the release pipeline also, team. Okay, let's double check that one. I think the process is happening. Okay, wait for a while, team. Wait for a while. It will be smooth only. Alright, see, this is completed already. Now go for the release pipeline, team. Now what exactly I'm talking about, go there and take a release pipeline, new release pipeline. I'm just taking a new release pipeline as some empty tab, okay, empty job I'm just considering. And especially I'm just closing this one and add an artifact, right? When you go for the add an artifact, I'm just going for the AKS or something. So what exactly the name you have given? CronJob, right? Same. I think it's a CronJob, right, team? So some called CronJob. Okay, open this one. 1.0 is the one exactly you have given. Just click on this one and go for the stages and tasking. And just go there you can see this particular thing agent pool, no? And you just give the project type and agent pool, okay? Just give this particular thing. Next one is the kubectl. The process is, replace token. Replace token is the next task, common thing, okay? Replace token is the common thing which you can follow. And once the replace token is done, then what should you do? So then kubectl is the next one which you can pick it up, okay? And bring the kubectl and just add this one. And the replace token is the one exactly I'm just pointing this one here. See, open. First and foremost, the cron YAML is the one I'm just considering. So here exactly, cron YAML you should not keep here. You need to keep only the folder structure. And here is the target file. That's all. And especially once you are done with this particular part, and there is a kubectl information also. For this particular thing, you just come to Azure Resource Manager and go for the subscription section. There you can see something called AZFNRG. And once this is done, they go for the resource groups team. AZRG is the one exactly I'm considering. And Kubernetes cluster is the one of the best thing which should consider AKS-7. That's correct thing. And the admin credentials you are trying to deploy with. And go for the command. I'm just giving the command as apply. Namespace I'm not overriding. Okay, same thing it will be considered. Take use configuration and you need to point your file path. And where is your file path team? You just come here, open the arrow. And this is exactly the thing you need to deploy. That's all team. Your task is done. Just save it. And I'm just giving this particular thing as AKS-cron, okay? AKS-cron, something like that. Just save it, okay? Just open this particular thing. Release pipeline already exists. They are saying, okay, no worries, okay? I'm just giving AKS-cron, 1.0, okay? I'm just considering this one. Just save it, team, just awesome. So once you are done, just create this particular thing to your Kubernetes cluster. Interesting fact. You have not added a build variable. You need to add the build variable, okay? You need to add the build variable build number. Build number, you are just giving a dummy value as 100. But you need to override this one while you are creating a release. How to do that? Once you save this one, create a release. There it is asking, see, your current build number is 518. But actually your build number you are using is 100. Please replace that one with this and create. So now you are deploying a cron job into the Kubernetes cluster. So once you are ready, team, what do you need to do, You just go back to the Visual Studio Code. Now, and clear the screen, okay? kubectl get CronJob, okay? CronJob -n ingress -basic. This is exactly the check you need to perform, team, always, okay? And I believe this is the old one, okay? You just forget about this. Is not yours. Your CronJob name is not start monitoring, okay? And double check your thing is failed, okay? Let's go there and double check them. The passing error. Okay, I'm seeing an error here, okay? Just give me a second, team. No worries, okay, let's fix it. Okay, cron YAML, error converting YAML to JSON. JSON is the found character that cannot start any token. Okay, I think there is a problem here, okay? Error passing AKS CronJob 1.0.cron.yaml. I think there is a problem with the YAML, okay? Error converting the, okay, I believe the problem is found a character line number 8. Line I cannot start any token, line number 8. We just go to the repository team. I'm just going back to the repository AKS cron, okay? I'm just going here, team. Just go the cron YAML, the line number 8, there is a problem they are telling about. The metadata, some problem here, okay? Let me double check this particular thing with the Kubernetes documentation. You can double check this one with the Kubernetes documentation also. Kubernetes CronJob. Okay, you just go there to the Kubernetes CronJob. You can open the Kubernetes documentation. Yeah, just scroll down to they can see some examples, right? So you just need to double check what exactly the difference over there. So I believe, let me double check team. Okay, so for example, I think under the schedule is the bottom one which you brought a job template spec, right? So what is this one? So batch/v1 is the one exactly you are using. First, let me double check that one. Okay, the cron job is the fine, everything is all right. The line number 8 metadata name is the okay. I think it's been moved out. I think this it should be started at the third position. I think this could be the issue. Let me double check them. Okay, I think job template also they defined. Let me double check whether they defined or not. I don't think so. They defined here, team. Okay, under the job template, the spec is the one exactly they started at the line number 3. That's awesome, and followed with the template spec. Okay. Yeah, job template and again the job template and again the template spec. This is awesome, and the metadata is the one I think just a little bit misleading. No problem. I think let's try this one because I believe this is the only the problem. Because they are also not using this metadata. Let's double check them. Okay, you just commit is fine because you already submitted the CA enabled. You already have the CA enabled, so it got triggered already. Let's go for the CD also, and we'll enable the CD also. So to enable the CD, just go here. There is this power symbol. Just enable the power symbol. That's all you need to do. Okay, I'm just enabling this particular thing also. Leave it. Okay. So once this particular part is done, just wait for a while. I think it will be smooth. Okay, this time it will be smooth. Let's double check it. Not an issue, and we will see whether any errors are coming up or not. Awesome. So this is cleared already. I'm just going for the release pipeline. Let's wait for a few seconds. An entry will come here. Yes. See, the entry came, and automatically it is queued and it is running also. Okay. Let's click on this particular release pipeline stages. Okay. And the process is happening. Okay. Replace token. The keep it will apply. Everything is happening. Okay. Okay. Again failed. Okay. No worries. Okay. Let me double check the same issue. The same issue line number 8. The font character that cannot start with any token. Okay, so team, just give me a moment. I believe CronML, okay, is the one. Line number 8, I think I'm just taking out the line number 8 completely this particular section. I'll just make sure as it is at the cron documentation. Okay, I'm just coming here. See if you see this, refer this particular thing. Job template, spec containers is the one exactly they followed, right? So this is exactly the thing they followed under the schedule. Just come back here under the okay, I believe the schedule is wrong. Actually, the schedule position is wrong. That is one more mistake. Actually, I do see. Actually, your schedule is under spec. Actually, right? There is one more flaw here. Actually, right? Your schedule is, if you notice your schedule, the schedule is starting under a spec section, right? But actually, if you refer your repository is showing something wrong. Okay, I believe this makes sense. Okay, this is one change which we need to do. The spec one. Okay, let me do one small thing. Let me copy this one. Instead of going this way, I'm just going to the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to the VM team. You can simply test this one here. Okay, you don't need to worry at all. I'm just creating one file, cron test.yaml. Okay, I'm just creating one YAML. Cron test. I'm just pasting over there. Let me double check him. Okay, whether this is smooth or not first. Okay, copy this. Okay, let error will come, no worries, but it should be submitted. Okay, that's the only thing I'm just looking for. See, I think it's still failing. Line number 8 found character. Okay, let's fix here itself, team. Okay, I'm just removing the metadata. I'm just going back one more time. Just save it. Okay, one more arrow, hit enter. That's it. Okay, I think metadata is the problem, and also the schedule also we got the fix. So now we save time. You just remove this particular area. That's all you need to do. Just commit this one. Okay, a simple cron job. Okay, fine. So that's all you need to do, team. So once you're done, I think release pipeline, and it will go and it will submit over there. And especially you already submitted the cron job. Let's delete that particular thing so that you can see the realistic one. Oh, I think Visual Studio got deleted. Sorry. Okay. Okay, all right. So always remember one thing, team. If you want to see something very specific to CronJobs really deployed or not, kubectl, get how you are checking for parts in the same way you will check for the CronJobs team. Okay, that's exactly the thing we need to make sure. Okay, so get CronJobs -N. What is this one? Ingress -basic. Okay, that's the thing. See, I think something, because one thing we deployed. Okay, that's why it's exactly it is showing. The cron example is the one. I'm just deleting this one. Okay, kubectl delete. I think it will be overridden anyway. It will be overridden. Let's go there and double check whether it's overridden or not. Go for the release pipeline. No, third entry is not yet came actually. Okay. Third entry is not yet came. It should come now. Let's check the build pipeline. It's still running. Okay, it's still running team. Okay, queue. Okay, maybe the agent is busy in picking up some other build pipeline. Let's cancel those things so that our process will proceed. I think it's running now. Okay, just wait for a while team. Okay, what is showing queued actually? Let's go for the agent. Team. I'm just canceling the job which is running over there. Okay, it is showing it got connected. Oh, agent off. Why agent off actually? Okay, let's go there. Let's double check why agent off. History. Just copy the command. Cd my agent. Alright, I think it will be picked up and it will be overridden team. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. I think meanwhile you can delete this particular thing also. Okay, just go there. Consider CronJobs. What is this one? Cron example -N. Ingress -basic. Okay, I'm taking out. Okay, what exactly the problem? CronJobs. Okay, it's not CronJobs. kubectl delete CronJobs. Cron example namespace is absolutely wrong team. Okay, alright, it's got deleted. Now freshly it will come to you. That's right. So I think it's 4 seconds. Okay, a new cron came actually. Okay, new cron came. The cron is telling you the schedule every minute. Okay, every minute you are going to create a job, and that job will perform the task whatever the things you assigned. That's awesome. Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.